Era desolador olhar o mosaico de tribos, países e estados da África por quase todo o século XX, quando as informações começaram a correr o mundo, com o avanço das comunicações, as revistas e jornais levados por navios transoceânicos e adiante por aviões. Também o cinema com telejornais e documentários, depois o rádio e a televisão. Nessa profusão de informações, nada se sabia da existência, no Mali, de uma secular universidade em tempos de Idade Antiga na Europa. Também era ignorado o poderoso império no sul da África. Como surgiram as colônias? Quando os europeus se apossaram de imensas áreas, fazendo dos nativos escravos ou submissos e enriquecendo suas metrópoles com recursos naturais africanos. O continente africano foi chamado por historiador o laboratório social da humanidade. Surgiram arte, comércio, pequenas manufaturas, conhecimento médico, religião, sistemas de Estado, história e lenda, antes que uma política formal tomasse conta do continente pelas potências europeias do século XVIII, chegando até os dias de hoje. O filme a seguir mostra uma das facetas do poder imperial a desestruturar uma civilização milenar. Na metáfora bíblica, ou ainda em nossos dias, é o povo a se defender com pedras, no filme, lanças e flechas, de um poderoso exército com modernas armas daquele tempo. A Batalha de Zand-Luana foi registrada na história como a pior derrota jamais infligida a um exército moderno por tropas nativas. No parlamento, no ocaso de seu governo, o primeiro-ministro Benjamin Disraeli indagou: quem são esses Zulus? Onde está esse admirável povo que derrotou nossos generais, converteu nossos administradores e que, nesse dia, pôs fim a uma grande dinastia?
Cetshwayo's Zulu army to disband and the warriors permitted to return to their homes. Present military system to be abandoned. New regulations concerning the defense of the realm worked out. All who do not submit will be dealt with as enemies of the crown. We will not permit the arbitrary killing and unjust oppression which the Zulu people have suffered from their own king, Cetshwayo. You will see from the letter that this ultimatum is our decision alone. Her Majesty's government seems to prefer a negotiated settlement. Does this do what we both know to be right, Frederick?
It does, Sir Henry. Excellently.
You moved!
He moved. Go and tell the NCO of that Black Shambles that you love him more than you love me.
Now!
You're not fit to be in the British Army, you different coloured articles. Straighten up! Like a load of bloody herd boys!
I'm to tell you, Corporal, that I love you more than my colour sergeant.
That's frightening. Get out of my bloody sight, man. And put your rifle over your head and double round this field until you drop bloody dead. Now move, get on with it. On the double. Shut up. Get back in the ranks. You sheriff animals. Coming in. Shoulder. Out. Treason. Out. No, one at a time, please, one at a time. What do you want? Yes, what do you need? Scandal? Yes, scandal. Yeah, the money, please. What about the...
Ship's fucking drunk.
You passing through?
We've come to fight the Zulu.
We aren't at war yet. Bit young, isn't he?
It's my nephew. He can shoot, track, and speak Zulu. And fight like hell. He's got assegai marks to prove it. Trek off your information.
You!
Sir!
Take them to the orderly officer.
Colour sergeant! This way.
Sergeant.
When I get back to London, I'll fuck up.
Splendid horsemanship! Who are they?
Sikale horse, my lord. Christians all. I know each man by name.
They come well recommended, do they?
My lord, they rode for me at Bushman's Pass.
Oh, indeed. Crelock, we should see that Colonel Durnford has an officer for his hard riders. Perhaps a subaltern from the 24th.
I thought it might be more effective to find someone who speaks Zulu.
Yes. I see you've issued each of them with a Martini Henry carbine. Our quota for native contingents is 1 rifle to 10 men, and only 5 rounds per rifle.
But will they make good use of them?
They're as good marksmen as horsemen.
There's no doubting their horsemanship, Colonel Durnford.
Greylock?
You must think how to make best use of Colonel Durnford's African knowledge and experience.
Colonel Durnford, William Vereker.
Yes?
I hear you've been seeking officers.
Good ones, yes, Mr. Barrow. Gentlemen who could ride and shoot.
Private William! You've stopped!
In the line.
Yabonga.
Mr. Raw! Take Mr. Vereker to the store and see he's issued the necessary equipment. And then show him to the mess. And explain to him how an officer is expected to behave.
Our good Colonel Durnford scored quite a coup with this Sigale horse.
There are rumors that my Lord Chelmsford intends to make Durnford second in command.
That's typical of Her Majesty's army. Appoint an engineer to do a soldier's work.
Now, Mr. Melville. Less of your spleen.
Stranger in the mess. Gentlemen, my lord. Announce yourself.
Good day, Frederick.
Good day, William. Pleased you could join us.
It was that, or join the Zulu.
Join the Zulu. Oh, yes, you're right in the thick of it, aren't you? Talked to your father before we sailed. He said you had taken to farming near Zululand. Sent his regards. Should I meet up with you?
That's nice of the old boy.
I think you better call out who you are.
William Vereker.
Sergeant Murphy.
Sir?
Bring drinks for the stranger. Allow me to introduce the mess. Colonel Pulley. Messrs. Melville, Coghill.
Morning.
Jackson, Milne, Major Russell, Stevenson.
How do you do?
Harford, and Harford's best friend.
Don't leave your gin around, Verica, or Harford will have it full of preserved butterflies. It's a damn waste if you ask me.
Oh, I doubt if I'll leave much of that around. It's quite a shortage where I've been. They fight with spears, don't they? I mean, it doesn't seem quite fair against the Martini Henry.
You didn't really have to choose between your country and the Zulu, did you?
And a damn close thing it was, too.
Ah, well done, Murphy.
Stranger's Cup. Down it in one, and we share your mess bill for a week.
And if I don't?
Then a bottle of good claret to each member of the mess is charged to your account.
If it's too much, we can have the bill forwarded to your father. In the House of Lords. Oh, no offense meant, Verica.
No offense taken, Melville. To men who aren't afraid to speak their minds.
Good luck, sir.
Not quite.
Oh, that'll cost you, Verica.
The bottles of claret are on me, gentlemen.
Regiment!
The regiment.
The regiment.
The regiment.
Ngikulethela imikhonzo ephuma kubangani bakho amangisi. Nondunankulu Chelmsford.
Oh. Bangani bethu bamhlophe lawa bakuphethe.
Bakuthukuthelele. Bathumela lezi zimiso. Bathi wena ubuswa ngomhlobo omdala ongalungile. Ukhule isethembiso ukuthi ngeke usababulala abantu bakho. Isho inkosikazi enkulu emhlophe. Ngeke babulala abantu ngababekanga icala. Yona ibusa amazwe angamashumi amane. Elidlula wonke usuku. Baba, uyayeka nje ukukhuluma kanje.
Angisho nini uthi angisobe mbulala. Uthi lamazwi aphuma kumlomo wakho uJamford ukuqoba. Dlala ngabantu bakhe. Nawe impha. Ngiyobulala ngomthetho nangosiko lokwaZulu. Ngeke ngihlukane namasiko mina. Ngingazange ngiye futhi kwelaba mhlophe izwe. Ngiyojika imithetho namasiko abo.
Bathi amabutho akho akhula ngobuningi. Ngakho-ke uthi mangukutshene ukuthi uhlakaze onke amabutho akho manje.
uZulu akaxabene nabamhlophe. Wena-ke Mantsonga, uma ubhekile ubona lamabutho kwamabutho ahlose ukuyohlasela. Seneme la. Hamba kuyamtshela Shamford Law.
Ngiyamtshela. Kodwa ngeke akhole mayibona izinkulungwane zamabutho ezingama-30. Angiboni.
uZulu ngeke awenqa umngcele. Kodwa uyobheka uqondene naye.
Not bad. Very good.
Anthony! Anthony!
Hold this. Well batted. Well batted.
Ong bang ballery hash. Ungi lindalala. Joseph, how are all the Colenso girls?
They're all in the garden, sir. And they'll be glad to see you, I'm sure.
Oh, you beast!
Somebody!
Ah, that fooled you.
Out, out.
I did not! William. You cheat, you.
Me cheat? Same old Fanny.
Oh. Welcome. Welcome back.
Excuse me.
Did you get your farm going?
Yes, I did.
How was it?
I've never been so happy.
Sorry you had to leave.
You've met the Honorable William Vereker, I believe.
Yes, Anthony, we were childhood friends.
Your childhood friend shot a dead cow at the gallop the other day. Most impressive.
What is a Mrs. Danforth, is there?
She exists, but nothing's been heard of her. The 8 years Danforth's been in Africa.
Though much is spoken of her now, my lord.
I recommended him to you because he knows Africa so well.
Oh, indeed. His ability to recruit native contingents is proving invaluable to his lordship.
How do you rate him as a soldier?
It is widely held he has great courage, and he's an excellent engineer.
Shall we join the guests?
Do you think she might become interested in someone?
Which one?
Well, that one. The one who keeps looking at me.
Could be you flatter yourself, Cargill. It's her odd eye.
They must have locked all the good ones up.
Ah, General. Do you find our border country congenial, my lord?
Landscape most congenial, ma'am. As a border, vulnerable.
Do you really think Tetsuya will attack us?
The intention of the Zulu impi and their king concern me deeply, ma'am.
Tetsuya has no intention of attacking at all, Mrs. Pretorius. Unless he's given no option. He has no quarrel with us.
How rare to meet a young lady interested in tactical matters, Mr. Lindsay.
Was it not, Sir Henry, most rare?
You are talking of a violent and murdering barbarian who commands an army of 30,000 warriors just across the river.
My father has known and lived with the Zulus for many years.
Tetsuya massacred 20,000 of his own people to make himself king.
The English Tudor kings did no less. Much later in our nation's history, I might add, and the French
much more recently.
That may well be, Your Grace, but be that as it may, my duty is clear. The defense of all this. Natal.
Yes. Well, it's difficult to stand against that position. If you speak only of defense.
And what does our good Colonel Durnford think?
If the people of Natal wish to feel safe, let them persuade their husbands and sons to come forward and volunteer. We need both officers and men.
We do, Colonel. Good point.
I cannot be brought to believe that Ketchwale wants a war with Britain.
Every Zulu is raised to be a warrior. Without a war, there'd be no Zulu nation.
Nobody is really safe, are they, Your Excellency?
Mrs. DeWitt has 4 daughters, Henry, and I fear she feels for them all.
Your daughters may indeed be in some danger, Mrs. DeWitt, but not at the moment from the Zulus, eh?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. I think I should inform you that I am obliged to issue a notification declaring a state of war between Her Majesty's government and the Zulu King, Tetsuayo, on his non-compliance with the ultimatum made on him, urging reparation and redress for violations of British sovereignty.
Why do men think of nothing but killing?
Wonderful land. You're privileged to share. Dear God, there should be room for all of us. There goes number 2 company. Quartermaster? Quartermaster.
Do I believe what my eyes see? The whole bleeding army moving off to meet the murdering heathen and what goes on in here. A game of brag. Brag?
Oh, sorry, Quartermaster.
You'll be more sorrier still when the Zulu asks, lad, what have you got to offer me not to slit your gut? And you say, the knave of hearts, sir. The knave of hearts. Move.
For a savage, as for a child, chastisement is sometimes a kindness.
Let us hope, General, that this will be the final solution to the Zulu problem.
there, you thief little beggar!
They're ready, sir.
My lord, I've prepared a list of ideas for you to see.
Excellent, thank you. Give them the clean up, would you?
My lord, this list was prepared for you. I don't think another can understand its true value.
Thank you, Colonel Durford. Gentlemen, within 10 days we shall cross the Buffalo River and British soldiers will then be in Zululand. Colonel Durnford will remain downriver, where he will be responsible for the defense of the Natal border.
Were you here last post, sir?
I listened extra careful to your stand too this morning, boy. It was perfect. Couldn't have done it better myself. Not even when I was bugler at the Duke of Wellington. Oh, tell me, where'd you get that black eye?
From the cook, sir. Well, they saw me dip your shaving tin in the tea water this morning. Made their tea taste of lifebuoy toilet soap, they said.
So, we got in the line of duty. Point taken.
Will we be fighting the Zulus soon, quartermaster?
Could be.
We cross the river into Zululand. We might just be waiting there for us to show up. Them stabbing assy guys pointing right at our bellies.
Are you afraid of the Zulu then, quartermaster?
One Zulu is only one man. And I'm afraid of no one man. But the Zulu, they come in the thousands. Like a black wave of death in the thousands. Them assy guys. Stabbing.
Your orders, Mr. Veriford.
I'm to take the Sakali with the main column to the river.
Lord Chelmsford seems to want me to stay back with my pursuitors.
I think Chelmsford wants a good man on the border. He fears a flanking attack and requires a steady commander in reserve.
The wrong side of the river, the wrong place. Does he wish me to fight the Zulu or merely observe their natural habitat?
Sir.
God go with you, Mr. Merrick.
you think Chet Swayer will send a party to greet you, Mr. Vericup?
Well, they're here, all right. Just have to make sure they don't get back to announce us.
You mean you've seen them?
What's that strange name the newspaper chaps called?
They're called Noggs, sir. Actual name is Norris Newman. He presented credentials from the Standard.
Our runners bear his dispatches, do they not?
Of course, sir.
Come on, you piss-ass lot. Get these bastards across. You'll only get me. Come along, you idle Zulus, have ya? Don't be one doctor. You can tell ammunition breaks and I'll have your judgment order.
An historical moment, gentlemen.
Excuse me, my lord. Norris Newman of the Standard, my lord.
I saw you lead our cavalry, sir.
Indeed, I did, my lord. I was one of the first to cross.
Were they in good heart as they entered enemy territory?
They spurred onto the high ground, my lord, full of spirit and looking for the Zulu. Full of sport they were, my lord.
Tell what you see. Write it well, sir. And make sure you get it right.
If I've got it right, my lord, you lead an invasion into Zululand. For I see it all around me. But why is the question my readers will ask. Why?
Do not confuse yourself. Why? We must strike a heavy blow. This cannot be a war of maneuver.
So, attack is your defense. Well, let's hope Chet Swayer will offer his impis for destruction.
My only fear is that the Zulu will avoid engagement.
I have it, my lord. We attack for sport. Or is it reputations?
Enough of your politicking, Noggs.
I know your views on the usefulness of the press, my lord, but the Englishman back home wants to know what his regiments are doing.
Then I trust you will tell him exactly what you have observed.
Tricky business, Mr. Bloomfield. Look at that waste. 5 rounds ruined, Mr. Huntford. Each round has to be accounted for. It's terrible. Quite dreadful. Something's to be done. If they'd been put back in their boxes banded and screwed down proper like, as his lordship ordered, nothing would have happened to them, sir.
I'm talking about our drowned natives, Quartermaster.
Natives is not on my invoices, Mr. Harford. Ammunition is and has to be accounted for. And the brass cartridge case is returned.
Several of our natives went under. Shouldn't we have a roll call, Colonel?
Not practical, lad. We haven't had time to make up the rules yet. Besides, I'm not sure how many we had before the crossing.
Sir?
By all means, Mr. Melville.
Come here by the orders of the great Queen Victoria, Queen of all Africa.
Major, send the troop.
Well done, sir. You see that, Knox? Deceived him with the up and took him with the down.
Well, well. If this one's a grandfather, at least. If he'd been a Zulu in his prime, I'd have given odds against your lancer, Mr. Melville.
Well, gentlemen, first blood to us. And a rousing good report in the newspapers to satisfy the politicians, eh?
Abandla kamjona kandaba. Njengoba sazi sonke ukuthi sekuyisikhathi sokuvuna. Ngaphambi basiqala ukuvuna. Yasithola ukuthi khona okufanele masikwenze. Induna enkulu abamhlophe uShamford. Sengichuluze kakhulu. Angiboni ukukhona okunye singakwenza ngaphandle kuba sivikele izwe lethu.
Ready to move out, Colonel. My lord, we're prepared to move onward to... Your destination, Colonel?
Is San Luana. 4 miles further than that tallest hill. Follow the track, and it will lead us to the slopes of the mountain.
Is Alvorada. Yes. Is Sangrenta.
I want your wagons an extended line, quartermaster, but not too extended, or my company can't protect them. No more than 50 feet between each one.
Stop! Put them too close together, the stupid things will walk into each other. You can sit on your ass for a good 4 hours. Come on, house! Keep them ways moving! No more than 50 feet! Never moving! Never moving!
There, Melville. There, stretched out, is my Lord Chelmsford's army. What a wonderful adventure we undertake. What a marvelous spree.
Hey, Frank! Where's the lapa? Come here!
Ela fala de onde vamos, mas você vamos!
Eufan! Otalapa! Eufan! Otalapa! Komissaman!
Komissari na informa, papana, dessa informa, Chachari. Não, Blum! Não, Blum! Papalari, não, Blum, Matata, não, Blum!
Diga Balega! Diga Balege! David!
Yes! Empumada! Hampa!
Zulus! Here.
I'm ill. Dozens of Zulus followed me. I must have shot 5, 6, 10. I lost count. They just kept coming. Blood-curdling swine.
Why did they attack you?
I discovered the army, Your Honor. A valley full of them, and beyond.
Army? What army?
Beyond them hills, sir, and coming this way.
Oh, Mr. Veneker, would you mind my asking you to take a look at this map?
By all means, Colonel.
You see,
Your wagons, Colonel.
what about my wagon?
On an open slope like this, you must bring your wagons round and form them into a laager. And that immediately.
I hear you have prisoners, Colonel. Well done. Evening, William.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Frederick. I think you should hear this. What you were saying? Your brother didn't lager his camp, and?
They had 73 in their party. We found 73 skeletons 6 months later.
Boers require to lager with only a few wagons. We have many. An unassailable square of British firepower is a defense which can be formed in a moment. You're leaving us, Master Boer?
I'm going to camp among the rocks over there.
My lord, Mr. Flannin claims to have seen a Zulu impi some few thousand or so exactly here in this valley.
Unlikely. Most unlikely. It would mean taking 24,000 men over mountain tops. This is not helpful. Have the prisoners brought to my cabin.
All right, Corporal. Anything?
No, sir. No.
sensible, man. Tell us.
Evening. Dirty work, eh?
Very dirty.
Sibaleke empini enkulu esempumalanga. Salandela lo mlungu ukuba asikhombe ibutho leni ukuthi sizozinikela.
What did they say?
Claim they're deserters from the main impies in the east. Followed this one so they could give themselves up. Go home.
Do you believe that?
Oh, their bodies are well oiled, they're fed regularly. No, it's unlikely if they're the fugitives, they say.
Have any question further? They claim the Zulu impis are east towards the Royal Kraal, and yet this fellow says they are further towards the north.
Wherever they are, your worship, there are 60,000 or more.
They multiply, Mr. Fannin. You do speak the Zulu tongue, do you? And tomorrow I intend to find the Zulu impi, Mr. Fannin, and you will accompany me.
I'm no soldier, Your Honor, and it's further into Zululand.
You will accompany me, Mr. Fannin, or you will be arrested.
This way, Mr. Fannin.
Freelock. We have scouts out in the direction he claims he saw the Zulus?
Of course, sir.
And?
The only reports of enemy activity have come from the direction of the Royal Kraal, at Ulundi.
Thank you.
Why don't the Zulus attack?
Zulu may not wear shoes or trousers and the like. Don't mean to say they got no brains. Watch us and wait. Find our weaknesses.
Have we weaknesses, Quartermaster?
What was that story? What? Peace off, I never heard nothing. I don't think. Well, I did. Stand to. Stand to.
Stand to, Colourson. Who gave the order? Private Williamson.
I've got to see this. Did you call stand to, Private Williams?
I didn't hear nothing, son.
Well, stand to, damn you! No. You've done well for once. Don't push your luck.
I heard him first.
I'll get you a medal for modesty, Private Williams. Would you like that?
You never would, Colour Sergeant. A medal.
Colonel Dunford here.
Easy, lads.
Just follow the track, sir. You'll come to Lord Chelmsford's headquarters.
Sergeant.
Stand down, lads.
You've done well. Keep it up, lad. Keep it up.
You intended to bring your reserves across the river. I've received intelligence from sources of my own that the Zulu impis are moving north of you to threaten your left.
Intelligence? Sources of your own? Did it not occur to you there may be native rumors? Rumors to draw you off, to leave the whole of Natal open to a possible counter-thrust?
Kitshwaya wants a head-on battle, a decisive victory, so that his people can get on with the one matter that is life and death for his nation, their delayed harvest.
Are you dictating the strategy of this war, sir?
I'm explaining my reasons.
Yes?
A large party of Zulus have been sighted in the direction of the King's Kraal.
Tomorrow we will continue our advance on Ulundi. Durnford, kindly return to your unit. Bring them here immediately to support Pauline. Mr. Vereker will join you as ADC. Do you understand me clearly?
And the threat of counter-invasion no longer exists?
Colonel, if on another occasion you flout my direct orders, I shall reluctantly relieve you of your command.
Perhaps he has thought to conquer Zululand on his own, my lord.
I trust you to keep me well informed of Colonel Durnford and his men when they arrive, William.
Certainly, Frederick.
Gentlemen, we move to find camp and engage the enemy. And my nose tells me we may make early contact.
Mr. Melville, until the reinforcement arrives, we will stand to. Sir.
Bugler, sun fall in.
Expanse to keep an eye on. Would you mind riding over to Stuart Smith, ask him to bring his artillery about?
Sir. Oh, Mr. Melville, kindly send a lookout. Tell him to call out the instant he spies Colonel of Durnford's column coming to reinforce us.
Stuart?
Yes?
How quickly can you move your artillery forward?
Well, my horses are feeding, as you may observe, Mr. Coghill. It'll take a little while.
Well, Fedor-Hungry Pauline wants them in position immediately.
Right. Bombardier, to me, please.
Get lined up, lads. Come on, lads.
What o'clock is it, Mr. Knox?
11 o'clock, my lord.
Our friend Colonel Durnford should be at this minute approaching Pauline. I think we'll eat here. I want to scout that mountain top and be back with an appetite in 1 hour.
Sir.
Mfowethu, uyangizwa? Uzobiza ibutho lolo. Maliza la, ulikhela, sezwana.
Bulalana abathakathi! Bulalana abathakathi! Bulalana abathakathi!
I'll fix him, sir. All right.
Bulalana abathakathi! Bulalana abathakathi!
Shut that yelling up! You hear me?
Bulalana abathakathi! Bulalana abathakathi!
Did you hear me? Shut up!
Thatha isikali leso. Sike intamo. Shesha ndoda. Bosi. Bosi.
Exceedingly pleased to greet you, sir.
Colonel, I see you're standing too. Perhaps the men could eat with their equipment unbuckled.
Yes, of course. Excellent idea. Good. Mr. Melville, order stand down, will you?
Sir.
Please.
Sergeant! Stand the men down, would you?
Creelock, old fella. I'm doing notes for my dispatch, and I need to clear up a few military points. I don't want to bother his lordship. Had it drummed into my thick skull that a good commander never willingly splits his force, especially in an enemy's country, before knowing their disposition.
Yes, if we were facing a European enemy armed with guns, I think your point would hold, Noggs. Further, may I remind you, I do not create the strategies you wish to comment on. I'm only his lordship's secretary.
I wouldn't take overly comfort from that, Creelock, old fella. Because if he sinks, then you sink with him.
So, you've been asked to look after me, Lieutenant.
I assure you, sir, I have no desire to create difficulties.
And I assure you, you do not. In fact, I'd be obliged for your best advice. What have your scouts seen?
So far, only their scouts. But we have had reports of a small impi further north, over there.
His lordship is of the certain opinion that it's far too difficult an approach to be chosen by the Zulu command.
Yes, well, difficulty never deterred a Zulu commander. How many?
We don't know.
think it would be wise to picket the hills. Just in case.
Wena mfana, ngithi qhelisa lezi zinkomo endleleni.
On the hoof, sir! Chicale, forward! Come on! Zabarica! Zabarica! Come and look at this, sir!
He just managed to bring down a boy of 12.
Chelmsford. Inform his lordship we've found what he's looking for.
Yes, sir.
Take him!
Come on. What are you doing?
Don't tell me the Zulu managed to get up there after all.
They're here! I've sent to Lord Chelmsford.
Bugler, sound the alert.
those ranks! Private Story! Get those range markers pegged out at the double!
Sarge.
One every 100 yards!
Come on, boy, scamper!
And Bugler, make sure he pegs them in a straight line, towards the enemy!
Hold them. Please, God. 3 minutes. Please, hold them. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, men.
92, 93, 94, 96, 97, 98, 99. What's next, boy? Oi, you useless little bastard. Come here, scamper.
Look! Look!
Splendid sight, Krylok, splendid. I want to establish camp here immediately.
Certainly, sir.
After lunch, Brown, I want you to return to Isandwana and instruct Colonel Pulleen to join us here immediately.
If you'll excuse me, my lord.
No appetite, Colonel?
My men haven't eaten since yesterday, and there won't be any supplies until I get them back to Isandwana.
Then they can start off now, and you can join them when you've eaten.
Kind of you, my lord. But I don't think it would be proper for me to sit at your table. They with their bellies stuck to their backbones.
Excuse me, sir.
Learn nothing from that Irishman, Harford, except how not to behave.
A strange message from Verica, my lord. It would seem that Pulleen has a battle on his hands. No details, no intelligence.
Mr. Milne, kindly take your telescope to a high point. Note the events at Isandwana.
Sir.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Ride to Lord Chunk. We'll find him for the Lundy. Tell him the battle he longs for has started and he's to move here quickly. Have it clear?
Yes, Colonel. Number one gun! Fire! Gun! Fire!
All right, this'll do. Here, grab that. Come on.
Bugger that. Come on. Somebody's not watching our bloody markers. Come on, Sunshine. Oh, no. Come all this bloody way to get shot by a bullet from Birmingham.
Shoot straight, you bastards! Check your way!
Durnford, and ride to Stuart Smith. Let his guns cover Durnford for a fallback.
Yes, sir. Chicane, follow me! Can you give me some covering fire for Durnford on the right flank? Don't you got guitar? Hold section right!
Retreat! In order! Off the boys!
Adjust your sights!
Running out of bleeding ammunition!
Bugler! What? More ammunition, number! I've been twice already! 3 times what do you anyhow? Good shooting!
Soft-headed buggers, these. Flatten out against the bone, smash them out.
But bullets run out. And those bloody spears don't.
Holland! We will not issue ammunition from this wagon to any but authorised companies. This lot have their own. You can get your own wagon. Amber! Samaya!
How long have we got to wait, Quartermaster?
Get back in line, boy. Wait your turn.
But, sir...
Move!
Well, Pullen, look, it ain't my fault. All the tops are screwed down. Come on, I'm waiting.
I've watched the camp for 20 minutes. The haze obscures much. The tents have not been struck. The only thing I could distinguish is the wagons have been moved en masse into the camp.
Thank you, Mr. Mill. Inform Colonel Creelock, would you?
Sir.
Thank you, Milne.
The camp is under attack from a large force of Zulu. Colonel Pauline sends for help.
Calm yourself, Mr. Harford. Where do you come by this intelligence?
Danford Carbineer himself rode from the camp.
Very well, go on.
One of the harness has already turned with the artillery.
He has? I see. Ride after Lord Chelmsford and acquaint him with your intelligence. And Mr. Harford, control your passions. A professional soldier must keep cool and thoughtful in times of stress.
Prepare to fall back! Hold the horses! Hold them! Speed up the ammunition flow, Vereker. I'll try to hold the road to Rock Drift. Sergeant, come with me.
Williams! Come here! Get yourself up here! Come on, get up! That medal yet, Simon Williams? Lovely! Hands up!
Wait your bloody turn and get in line! Come on, boy!
Well done, Barrister. Now, goodbye, lads. Come on. Sergeant!
Well fought, gentlemen. It's time to save the colours. Get to Rock's Drift. You must warn them. The colours. Carry them to safety, Mr. Melville. Sir.
Sergeant! Sergeant! Take my horse. Up you go.
Sergeant, you're to ride back to the town. When you see the bishop, tell him. Let us tell his daughter. I was obliged to remain here with my infantry. Now go. God go with you.
I leave God Jesus with you.
For God's sake, hold them back. I'll get the horses. It's all right. It's all right.
Excuse me, my lord. There's something I must convey to you. I rode a little way along the track to Rorke's Drift. The sky above is red with fire. Your orders, my lord. Do we move to the drift?